into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
It's just gotten 7 o'clock. It is a Tuesday morning, and yes, I hope that you feel very, very good to be starting off the day with us. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, on SABC3. I'm Katlego Maboe, and this is Graham Richards.
I am indeed.
Very youthful today.
I feel quite youthful today. What a day to be alive. What a time to be alive. Of course, we are commemorating Youth Day today, a vitally important day with so much more impetus when you consider the mass action going on across the world, not just here in South Africa, but young people standing up to be counted right now. We are reminded of the power and unwavering spirit that the youth obviously showed us during the 1976 youth uprising in Soweto, of course, but continue to show every single day, a day where we focus on the voices of young people that are living through right now the pandemic, that are living through, as I said, mass action protests across the world and are still putting their hand up. So we salute you, young people, we salute you.
Yeah, and as we start off this day, we'd also like to take a moment to commemorate the life of Kevin Fortuin, a youth who was taken far too soon now. He was on our show on December 3rd for a talk about a World AIDS Day Vogue special, or Vogue's festival, and the community of Makasa will be hosting a drive-by kind of memorial for him, if you will, for the dancer from Zandvliet High School to his home at 1 o'clock today. So it's really a sad moment, and especially when you hear about the horrific way in which he passed. But today we take a moment to start off the day by just honoring his memory for being part of our Expresso family, and we thank his family as well, and we think about them during this time.
Truly, man.
Absolutely, so nice to have that moment of silence to commemorate him. We see him smiling then. That's how we're going to remember him today. It's just always smiling, always positive within the community and just Expresso family. But good morning, South Africa. My name is Jamie Domberg, reporting live at duty alongside
Kuhle Adams. Oh, it's such a pleasure to be here with you and Jamie Lee Domberg as young, black, coloured women in 2020. We have come so far as a generation, but we know and recognize that there's still so much that we yet to do to move forward as a country and as a youth, especially as, we are celebrating the life of Kevin Fortuin.
Absolutely, it is, of course, Youth Day 2020, and we would like to know on our social media platforms, what advice would you give the young people of today, who are living in the age of pandemic and the uprooting of society as we know it? Please let us know. Let that love flow today. Let us go through inspiration. Like Kuhle said, we still have a very far way to go, but it doesn't matter where we come from, but it's where we are going, and to use your voice and your platform just to inspire and to just share a message of hope today. So that is the day today that we want to hear your message of hope on this Youth Day 2020.
Truly, man. Also, on that note, I just want you all as youth to dream big. Aspire to attain big dreams. Be intentional with every single thing that you do. We know that things are rocky in the world. We're dealing with so much. We're dealing with GBV. We're dealing with Black Lives Matter. We are still, dealing with homophobia. There are so many things that society at large we need to tackle, but we have come so far, as we've mentioned. We need to recognize where we are right now in order to know exactly where we are headed. But right now, though, on that note, we are headed to the news headlines with Kat.
It's 3 minutes past 7. Let's take a look at those news headlines on this Tuesday morning. On the national news front, President Cyril Ramaphosa says this year's Youth Day is happening at a time of gross anxiety and disruption, referring to the COVID-19 pandemic and work uncertainty. He also used his Youth Day address to call on young men to become more active in the fight against gender-based violence. Ramaphosa called for an end to the culture of silence around gender-based violence, asking society to speak up. He said the government would increase courts for sexual offences and do more to support victims. Youth Day 2020 is marked by cries and accusations over racism across the country and the globe. In other news, FlySafair and Mango yesterday became the latest airlines to take to the skies on domestic routes, while the Gautrain finally also resumed its airport service. The airport route was closed during lockdown. Now, FlySafair became the first airline to fly from Lanseria Airport during lockdown, and it also introduced a new route to Durban. Comair, which operates Kulula and British Airways in South Africa, entered business rescue last month and will only start flying later this year. Smaller airlines, Airlink and Semair, started flying last week. On the international news front, the US Supreme Court has ruled that employers who fire workers for being gay or transgender are breaking the country's civil rights law. In a 6-3 decision, it said federal law, which prohibits discrimination based on sex, should be understood to include sexual orientation. The ruling is a major victory for LGBT workers and their allies. The ruling comes just days after the Trump administration announced it was removing transgender health insurance protections. In other headlines, Pope Francis has appealed to both sides in the Libyan civil war to seek peace, urging the international community to facilitate talks and protect refugees and migrants he said were victims of cruelty. In an impassioned plea during his noon address in St. Peter's Square, Francis said he was pained by the situation in Libya. Human rights groups such as Doctors Without Borders have said people in migrant detention centers in Libya are being held in harmful conditions and exposed to constant abuses. And now news of dogs of Fundanenja near Howick in KZN. Now, with the current cold spell in the country, not only humans feel the chills, but also man's best friend, our canine population. Now, dogs attending Fundanenja Dog Training Center at Mpopomeni Township near Howick in KZN were fortunate, though, to each receive a cozy jacket. According to Fundanenja's website, some dogs were delighted with their new attire, while others needed a little more time to adapt. Fundanenja roughly translates from isiZulu as learning with a dog. Now, dog training classes are used to teach animal welfare and provide psychosocial therapy to children living in the Mpopomeni area. An average of 100 children and their dogs attended the weekly training sessions on Friday afternoons at Zametula Primary School in the township. Classes are given by volunteer instructors. Now, Fundanenja has now welcomed the first intake of new handlers since lockdown started in March, and everyone was screened, hands sanitized, and maintained social distancing while the registration program was underway. After being fitted with cozy jackets, the dogs were examined by a veterinary team, vaccinated and dewormed before their training started. And then finally, taking a quick glimpse into the world of entertainment, turning our gaze now to the world of entertainment as the global COVID-19 pandemic has taken effect. Many TV and film productions have been forced to halt, and countless theatrical releases from this year have moved to streaming platforms. Now, as such, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, which hosts cinema's biggest awards night, the Oscars, toward the beginning of each year, has announced that the 2021 ceremony has been postponed to the 25th of April 2021. Now, this extends the eligibility window for films to be submitted for awards in the hopes of providing filmmakers the flexibility to finish and release their films without being penalized for something beyond anyone's control. This latest news follows a number of significant changes made by the Academy this year. To accommodate modified release plans due to the ongoing pandemic, they announced that streaming films with a previously planned theatrical run would be eligible for this year's awards. And following global protests against systemic racism and a call for greater diversity in all aspects of life, the Academy announced new representation and inclusion measures to be implemented ahead of the 2022 Oscars. And on that note, that's it for the news at 7 o'clock. We'll have another bulletin at 8 o'clock. Right now, here's a first look at the weather with Gutle.
Thank you so much, Kat. Molweni nonke ekhaya. I hope that you're all doing well and keeping warm this winter. It's time for us to have the first look at the weather this morning, but first at those beautiful sunrise pictures and videos you've sent. Liz Decker wishes us a good morning with this fiery sunrise picture all the way from George on the Garden Route. George can expect mostly sunny conditions today with a maximum temperature of 18 degrees. We've also asked you to send in your snow pictures. Shireen sent us through this incredible pictures of the snow in Ceres in the Western Cape. Ceres can expect sunshine with a few clouds today, reaching a high of 17 degrees. And finally, here's a fantastic webcam stream of a dark Cape Town snapped a few minutes ago. The sun can be expected to rise at 7:50 this morning, and hopefully by that time you'll see a beautiful view of Table Mountain. Later, the mother city can expect hazy sunshine with a maximum temperature of 21 degrees. We'd like to thank both Liz and Shireen for sending in their sunrise pictures. We hope that you'll have a beautiful youth day. After a week of icy temperatures and freezing conditions, the Weather Service has warned that another spell of icy weather can be expected over much of the country for the rest of the week. Folks in Gauteng, as well as the southeastern half of the northwest and northern Free State, may even experience something quite unique later today, namely a rare type of snow called grapple. Grapple refers to soft particles of snow, not to be confused with sleet though, but both sleet and grapple are expected to occur later this afternoon. Snow in Gauteng and the central parts of the country was last experienced in 2012. Fast forward to 2020, we'd like for you to send in beautiful pictures of your view if you are experiencing a little bit of snow and some sleet in your part of the country. The South African Weather Service has confirmed that there is possibility of soft snow in Gauteng region and warned of high fire danger conditions in parts of the Northern Cape. Let's get into the temperatures for the rest of the country, starting off at Polokwane. Sunshine with a gentle easterly breeze of 18 kilometers an hour for Polokwane, with a minimum of 4 degrees reaching a maximum of 19. Bombela 11, 20, mostly cloudy and cool with a couple of showers for Pretoria with a minimum temperature of 3 reaching a maximum temperature of 13. Afternoon rain for Johannesburg with temperatures ranging from 2 to 11. Mahikeng 4 is your minimum reaching a maximum of 15. Chilly with plenty of clouds with showers for Klerksdorp at -1 reaching a high of 15. Kimberley 216. Bloemfontein -4 reaching a peak of 16 today. Relatively low temperatures. A brief shower for Richards Bay at a low of 13 reaching a high of 20. Pietermaritzburg 8, 18. The highest temperature in the country for Durban with a maximum temperature of 22 and a minimum of 10. Mthatha siqala ku-1 degrees namhlanje, reach a peak of 16. Sunshine returns after a cloudy start to the day in East London with a minimum temperature of 9 reaching a maximum of 18. Cradock kicks off the day with -1 reaching a high of 16. Sunny with a gentle northeasterly breeze of 13 kilometers an hour for Port Elizabeth and a minimum temperature of 11 reaching a maximum of 20. Mostly sunny for George 9, 18. The coolest start to the day for Sutherland at -5 reaching a maximum of 15. Hazy sunshine for Cape Town 13:21. Worcester, it's a partly cloudy day 7:20. And lastly, definitely not least, Uppington seems it's going to be a sunny day with a maximum of 21 and a minimum of 3 degrees. Remember, whatever part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves a feel-good kind of day.
A feel-good kind of day.
Yeah, and it should be a feel-good kind of day, especially with all the craziness going on in the world at the moment, because it is Youth Day, and if you're a young person, it's your day, a day to be inspired. A little bit later, we're going to be learning why we commemorate this important day in South Africa's history particularly. But let's turn to first a South African icon who stands up for the rights of the child and for what's right, despite whatever might be standing in his way.
His name is the Archbishop Desmond Tutu, and of course we all know him. He's a renowned Anglican cleric known for his staunch opposition to the policies of apartheid. He established a career in education before turning to theology and played an unrivaled role in drawing national and international attention to the inequalities of apartheid, winning the 1984 Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts. And he has continued to fight for a number of social justice issues over the years. I mean, we've heard his voice lots of times, especially those concerning the well-being of children. And this is what he once had to say.
We absolutely love him, and this is a quote that I think has been used many times, and understandably so. Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness.
Oh.
Absolutely love it. More pertinent now than I think ever before, but let those words ring through for the rest of today. It's Youth Day.
Happy Youth Day!
Since the lockdown, colorful images of rainbows have appeared in windows across the world. The Crazy Store wants you to bring your rainbow artwork in store to fill their windows with hope. And for every rainbow artwork received, you'll get 10% off of your purchase.
Well, that's not all. Plus, a free helium balloon to take home. Now, rainbows are a symbol of hope in many cultures and promises of better times to come. So, go on and unlock the crazy at the Crazy Store.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey! Feel that jingle. Okay.
Hey, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso right here on SABC3. It's that time of the morning where we wish you, our loyal and loved viewers, a very happy birthday. It's such a special day. Not only is it Youth Day, but you're celebrating your birthday. And if you are celebrating it with none other than our very own Springbok captain, Siyamthanda Kolisi.
Hey!
Woo-woo! He turns 29 years old today. He's so young. For some reason, I thought he was a little older than that.
I know. He's a baby. He must call us his ancestors.
As we all know, Mr. Kolisi is a rugby player for Stormers, Western Province and South African national team. He was the first black man to be appointed as captain of Springboks, and he led the Springboks to victory in the 2019 Rugby World Cup final. That's big. That's a special celebration right there, particularly on Youth Day. Siya Kolisi from the Expresso family to you, man. We wish you a happy birthday.
Oh, we love you. See, I know G and you are like best friends with him.
Oh, wow.
Anyway,
Keep on saying that.
we're keeping it rolling, we're keeping it flowing. The next one goes out to Nikita and Keenan. Happy 16th crown birthday. Woo! We love you both so much. God, richest blessings to you today and always. This comes from your mom, your dad, and the whole family. Look how cute they look.
So cool.
And then a big happy birthday to my husband, Namjoon Davids. Thank you for being a great father to our 6 boys and an amazing teacher to your students. We love you. And this comes from Nikita Davids.
Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy 9th birthday to my beautiful daughter, Sherry Pete. May our dear Lord guide and protect you for the rest of your life. Have a blessed day and many more years to come from your mommy, from daddy, and Aiden. Look at her all swagged up. Happy birthday to you, cutie. On your birthday, Leletu, I wish that whatever you want most in life comes your way just the way you imagined, and pray for it to be even better. So much love for you, beautiful, from your brother, from another mother. I wonder who that is. That was such a beautiful and heartfelt message.
Absolutely. And then this one reads, I wish my boy, Junaid Fries, a happy 4th birthday. May your day be filled with lots of love and blessings. This comes from your mommy, daddy, Buta, and the rest of the family. And then last but definitely not least, Olwetu, I hope your special day brings you all that your heart desires. Here's wishing you a day full of love and laughter and a year full of pleasant surprises. Happy birthday, Miss Sam. And this comes from Kwabanko.
I love that. How dare you say it's the last one? There are so many more people celebrating their birthdays, Jamie, such as Lesejo. I wish my son Lesejo Lebatla a happy 9th birthday. May God bless you abundantly. I love you so much, my boy. From your proud dad, Umpo Piri. Those were absolutely beautiful messages. If you would like to send your loved one a birthday message as well, send us your birthday videos to 071-640-6551 or email your wishes to birthdays@cardova.tv.
Absolutely. And you know what would be perfect for your birthday?
What?
Some Lamingtons made by cats.
Kat, are you ready?
All right. Welcome to the Kitchen of Delicious. I'm alongside Nicole Snelling, and it's no secret that pancakes and Lamington cakes make the perfect treat, and even better, a little naughty breakfast treat if you think about it. But when Expresso viewer and of course food blogger Landi Govender thought of combining both into the ultimate dessert, we're like, yes, more of that. We are here to celebrate, and we just had to share the inspiration for her Super M Lamington pancakes, and so. Here it goes, Linda, or Landy, thank you very, very much for it. This is very exciting, but it's, you telling me now, because I heard of Lamingtons before, but Lamingtons are something completely different.
Yeah.
This is Lamingtons, right? And before we get to making it, take a quick look at this.
Hi, I'm Landy from the Chocolate Block, and today I'll be sharing a few tips on how to make my yummy chocolate Lamington pancakes. I always like starting off with my chocolate syrup first, and this gives it enough time for the syrup to cool down completely before I dip in my pancakes. Before you start with your pancake batter, make sure that your eggs and milk are at room temperature and you sift in all your dry ingredients. I really hope you enjoy this recipe. Stay safe and take care.
Thank you very much, Landy. There you have it. A couple of tips and tricks from her on how to make her beautiful Lamingtons, but I'm sure you've got tricks up your sleeve there, Nicole.
Yeah, so I'm going to follow her advice and make the chocolate dunking sauce first. So we've got some of our boiling water in here and our icing sugar, so you can whip that up with a little bit of cocoa, so that's where the chocolate comes from.
Lovely stuff.
And a little bit of melted butter. Why not? It makes it so much more luxurious.
Do you know where Lamingtons come from?
I think it's an Australian thing, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's just a little square sponge cake. It's a great way to use sponge cake that's a day or two old, and this is like moistens it up. So you've got the chocolate sauce with a little bit of cocoa.
Because Jamie Lee seems to know where Lamingtons come from.
Lamingtons?
I don't know. I thought Lamingtons were a thing, but then I discovered that they're a character from somewhere on a TV show. But I don't know. Jamie Lee could maybe divulge on her theory a bit later on.
You know what? If we maybe had to make it with like a lemon sponge cake, we could maybe rename it Lamingtons.
Jamie Lee, where are Lamingtons from?
Lamingtons is basically like if you're from Cape Town and you can't say Lamingtons, you say it's Lamingtons, man. It's Lamingtons.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right. Okay, all right, so we've got our chocolate sauce going, dunking sauce going
Exactly, so that's going to stay there and cool down a little bit. Then we've got some flour in here. Then we're going to add all our dry ingredients. So we've got a lot of baking powder going in here.
Yeah.
I think it's 3 teaspoons. And then we've got some sugar, a tablespoon of sugar. Always add a little bit of salt, which I'm going to do nice 2 big pinches of molten salt, and I'll just crush it up in there.
Lovely.
And then you're going to make a little well in the center.
Sub a well.
Sub a well. And then we've got, again, melted butter for that beautiful, luxurious texture.
Lovely stuff.
1 egg. And then, of course, our beautiful vanilla super M. So we're going to add a bit of this as well.
While you do that, how close are Lamingtons to Eystervarkies? Because one of our cameramen was mentioning Eystervarkies now. Are they exactly the same thing? Or cousins?
Is Eystervarkies not that pastry thing with the jam and the?
No, it's a chocolate kind of.
Oh no, then it's probably
covered
just the
with
Afrikaans version
coconut.
of Lamingtons.
Lamingtons.
Eystervarkies.
Yes.
Oh, and they probably get the Eystervarkie from the little
Porcupine.
coconut. Yeah, that looks like a okay.
There we go. That's where it comes from.
Oh, you see, my Oma would really be angry at me now, not knowing these.
No, Oma, don't. Hey, Oma, don't be angry. Hey, relax, Oma. It's okay.
So we've got. I just want to add a little bit more just to make it that beautiful. So she says pancakes. So it is very much like a crumpet flapjack texture.
Yes.
Yeah. So over what you're thinking a pancake would be a lot more thinner, the one that you flip. You know what I mean?
I get you. All right, so in there goes our oil into a beautiful hot pan.
Yeah, you could use butter as well if you wanted to.
More butter, more better.
More butter, more better, but I'm just going to use oil for this beautiful cast iron just to make sure it doesn't stick.
And then?
Then you're going to scoop it up.
Yeah.
And then place it into your pan, nice and hot pan.
So like this is depending on how big you want each Lamington to be.
So if you're going to make little single portions, or if you're going to make kiddie size for the school lunch boxes, go for that one as well. This will actually be a really cool treat for them at school.
This is actually very quick. Yeah, preparation time.
Very, very quick.
Yeah, you can do this like in a quick 20 minutes, half an hour, while everyone's waking up.
Exactly. I mean, so I'm going to let that cook, but I've got ready-made ones over here.
Lovely stuff.
So I'm going to take
Oh, those are perfect.
I know.
Wait, how many tries did it take you in the pan to get those like that?
Quite a few.
Wow, those are like TV ready.
I know, because that's why you whip them up.
It's incredible. I've never seen them that perfect.
I know.
Okay, so then you're gonna dunk them into your chocolate sauce.
You can obviously let it soak up a little bit longer if you want it to be like extra chocolatey.
Yeah.
But I like it just to be just on the outside.
Okay, good. And then?
And then you dunk it into some of your desiccated coconut. That's where your Eystervarkie would come from, I guess.
Yeah, there we go.
And then that is all it takes. And then you're just gonna stack them all on top of each other. I'm gonna put the raspberry back on.
You just made me realize something. So when I was in high school, there was this shop down the road that, like, for $5 sold something called red cake. Do you know what red cake is?
Red cake?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
So it's
That's
like
almost sounds like an Asian, like, red bean cake that I've heard of.
Yeah, so it's like a spongy cake that's almost like two burger buns stuck together, right? But it's colored red on the outside,
I've
and then
seen
it's got coconut stuck on it like that. We used to buy the stuff for like
Is it not
$5.
called, like snowballs or something like that? Like a...
I don't know, it's snowball, I don't know. Some people used to like throw them at each other or whatever, but like, I don't know. Some kids are stupid, okay? We were kids, we were stupid. But like, it was such a treat, and now you've just made me realize, I know it sounds stupid, but this is actually how it was made. Because I never thought about how red cake was made. And there was always like, it was always wrapped like in cling wrap to keep it nice and fresh. And if you were lucky enough and you caught the shop owner early enough, you get a fresh batch.
Without the cling wrap, just
No, it's always got to be in cling wrap. What are you
okay,
doing?
okay.
What are you doing serving red cake without cling wrap? Anyway, wow. Thank you very much for that memory, or the trip down memory lane. But of course, these beautiful Lamington pancakes are absolutely delightful, make great for breakfast treats and any day as well. Maybe you might want to try this for Father's Day. Little spoiler for Dad, you know?
Definitely.
Like, happy Father's Day, Dad. Here's breakfast for you. Lamington's pancakes.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful people, on this glorious day of commemoration, the 16th of June, 2020. We commemorate that on the morning of Wednesday, the 16th of June, 1976, thousands of black students, they went on a protest rally from their schools to Orlando Stadium out in Soweto. They had gathered to protest an official order which made Afrikaans compulsory in black township schools throughout the country. And the use of local languages was prohibited in these schools, whilst the Constitution supported that Afrikaans and English be made the official languages of the entire country.
As you would expect, there was a knee-jerk reaction and right across the country, and what started out as a very peaceful procession quickly went out of control when the police were then called in to disperse the crowds, and riots then broke out. And in total, just to reinforce just how dark that day was, an estimated 700 people lost their lives, with thousands more injured. And of course, one of the first children to die from the shootings was 12-year-old Hector Peterson. It's believed that 15-year-old Hastings Ndlovu was also among the first to be shot.
Now, the famous pictures of an injured Hector Peterson being carried by Mbuyisa Makubo and flanked by his sister Antoinette Sitole were published around the world. And of course, that picture, it came to represent the anger and the tragedy of a day that changed the course of South African history, really, sparking months of clashes between police, school children, and protesters in the Soweto uprisings.
Now, when he speaks of the occasion, the photographer who captured that infamous shot, the late Sam Nzima, says, "I saw a child fall down under a shower of bullets. I rushed forward and went for the picture. It had been a peaceful march. The children were told to disperse. They started singing and the police were ordered to shoot."
Sure. So, I mean, we know that every year since rallies were held on the 16th of June in order to remember the lives lost on this historic day. And since democracy in 1994, the day has really been used to commemorate and to reflect upon this day and all of those acts, hence the public holiday today, known as Youth Day, remembering the injustices and the struggles of the past. We know that it's never easy, but it is precisely why it's very important for us to never forget where we have come from as a nation to get to where we are today.
Never, ever forget. Our youth, I think, hopefully you feel this way. You're still incredibly vocal and strong in mobilizing the masses, and we need you to be that voice. Please keep our moral compasses in check and invoking the spirits of those brave fighters who stood up for what was right 44 years ago will benefit us as we find our voices today. So hopefully you will take that on board. Today is not just about having a day off, a public holiday. It's about remembering that the work that those that lost their lives and what people put themselves through to earn the freedoms of today.
And it's certainly about the amount of effort and the amount of intentional attention to what they thought was right for them at the time. It speaks to the fact that young people today should be doing exactly that. They should be looking at what it is that they need to be fighting for today, because there still is stuff and there still is so much to fight for today, now more than ever. And so it's up to us, the young people of this country, to lead the charge and fight for what's right. Happy Youth Day.
This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, on SABC3 at the start of a brand new day. Thanks very much for joining us. Exciting news right now. You'll remember that last year, grade 11 Northwest learner Farida Kaji Lottering stunned adjudicators at the Eskom Science Fair with her 3D printed prosthetic arm that operates via mind control. Now, she won gold and was subsequently able to compete in this year's Taiwan International Science Fair, where she won second place in the category of engineering. Wow. And now, in matric, Farida is still developing her prosthetic arm, and she joins us on the line via video call to tell us all about it. Farida, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad to be on the show.
We're so excited to have you, Farida. This is truly exciting. But we're going to start off with your passion for science. You've been entering the Eskom Science Expo ever since you were in grade 5. But you've also maintained an interest in wanting to help people through science. Can you please tell us more about this goal?
So I found out about the Eskom Expo when I was in grade 5, and at first I wasn't allowed to enter because I was too young. But then somehow I got my teacher to agree, and she let me enter the schools round. And that's when I did my first project. But my idea around science was kind of getting ideas and inventions that help the world and help people.
So tell us then about this idea for you to invent a mind-controlled prosthetic arm. Take us back to that time when the idea came about in your mind and you thought, this is the one.
So I started thinking about the problems I face in my town alone. And one of the problems were plastic waste. And the other problem was the amount of amputees in my town that live without prosthetics. So they choose to live without prosthetics because they already have a huge amount of medical bills on their name and they are in debt and so on. So it's not financially a wise decision to get a prosthetic. And that's when I decided to join the two together and create Project Limbs.
I love it so much.
She
has addressed 3 issues with this prosthetic arm, and that is the waste of plastic that goes unused, and secondly, to give access to people that don't have access to this kind of help, and also at a cost-efficient, price, which is incredible. But can you please talk us through how it works exactly?
It it just uses like 4 different equipment. It's an Arduino Uno, which acts as the motherboard, a servo arm, which makes the hand contract and relax, and I have a control system, which is basically an app that I developed by myself, and then I have the headpiece. So this is the headpiece, and then you're just gonna put it on, and the clip on your ear. The only downfall about the project is you have to walk around with the headpiece all the time, but I think it looks a bit cool.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Absolutely.
And then here's the arm.
That is such a cool arm.
And then I created the app that you can use to set it to your preferences. So if you want to relax more or concentrate less or however you want it, you can set it. And then all you have to do is connect the arm to the software, and then you just start concentrating.
Wow. That is absolutely amazing. Astounding. So tell me about how developed or prevalent is this kind of mind control technology in the world currently?
So my prosthetic is actually one of a kind. So the mind control technology or the EEG neurofeedback technology already existing is very invasive. So, for example, if you are rich enough, if you are wealthy enough and you have the funds and you want a bionic prosthetic, you need to go for surgery. And then a chip or your nerve endings will be connected to the prosthetic. And that also then will cost more medical bills because now it's a surgery. The chip either goes behind your neck, or if it's a stump, the nerve endings will be connected with little impulse spots, and then it will link to the prosthetic. So you've got now more medical bills. Now mine it's simple. You just get the prosthetic and you put the headset on and it works. So I've basically eliminated all of the errors that other scientists and innovators have faced. I've limited it, all of them.
Wow. We've just got a call from MIT, Farida, and they're waiting for your application right now.
And
this is
actually,
absolutely incredible.
On that note, Kat, I want to ask her what her future plans are right now. Like, have you received any interested parties reaching out to you, you know, to support you as well?
No. No one. No universities. No one wants to buy, nothing like that. And I can't take it further because I don't have the knowledge or the skills to carry on. I need professionals to help out or someone to buy it over and then do the job that it's supposed to do, because right now I've done it and it is safe in my eyes.
You already took what was an incredibly challenging situation and you turned it into this project. And I have no doubt that those who will see this segment will be inspired, will be encouraged to help you out. Somebody from the Department of Arts and Science must come out and help Farida out and help her make her dream come true. And in doing so, help so many people. Congratulations to you, Farida, and keep working at this wonderful passion that you have. Keep researching, keep learning. You are going to change the world. You have already.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
What a wonderful, wonderful young lady. Also in the spirit and in light of Youth Month, she's doing incredible things. At just 18 years old, Farida's already leaving a positive trail behind her.
I'm ready to invest.
Oh, right now?
I need to speak to my financial advisor and just need to make a quick call. Yeah.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are live with Expresso. Thank you so much for tuning in on a very special Youth Day celebration here on the show, where we commemorate all the incredible work that has been done by young people through the ages. But of course, right now we are focusing on the work that you could be doing right this minute to make someone's life a little bit better.
Absolutely. Thanks to the Woolworths Fill a Bag campaign, we are all able to contribute and assist our fellow South Africans in need. We are stronger together, but the change starts at home with each individual act of kindness. So yesterday we actually nominated Nicole, and she came out, she gave back, and we want to just encourage you guys to, you know, nominate a friend, nominate an auntie, nominate absolutely
a chommy,
everyone.
Man.
Yes, because
Yeah,
for as little
challenge a
as
chommy,
10
yo.
Rand, you can make such a huge difference in someone's life.
Yeah, the idea here is to tap into our various networks, whether it's friends or family, or even at the workplace. In our case, we've been challenging each other. Even in your neighborhood, your groups, your communities, anyone that you know will rise to the challenge, challenge them to donate and subsequently keep the challenge then going on. And there is no amount too small or too big, but even just 10 Rand will help to provide 3 meals a day for someone who desperately does need it. So a small shift can make a big difference.
Absolutely. And since the campaign has started, you've seen it, the Expresso crew has been running an internal challenge to not only pledge towards the campaign, but also call on friends, our families, our colleagues to join in on the challenge and give back to our country in need. Now, leading by example is the best way to set the standard and inspire others to join in and support our cause. And to kickstart our Tuesday, you know, we've nominated our very own social media guru, Mr. Ketse, to make a donation to the Fill a Bag campaign. Mr. Ketse, okay, listen.
Can you get in there, buddy? How are you doing? Good. Right? Very good, man. Thanks for rising to the challenge.
Hey, man, it's time to give back, you know.
Got to do it. And luckily we have made it really easy. Okay, so take us through the process here.
So I'm gonna scan that so quick, and I'm gonna donate.
And it doesn't have to be massive, but obviously the bigger the better.
But he's also a rapper, so
I'm gonna donate 1,000 Rand.
$1 million.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's brilliant, buddy.
And
thank you so
done.
much.
Bless.
That is awesome, my man. Thank you so much.
Cool, man.
So there you see it. Remember, if you don't have SnapScan, you can also use your banking app, or you can scan the QR code on screen right now, or you can just go to woolworths.co.za. Together we will, for all of the info on how you can do just an EFT.
And so far, Woolies has managed to raise 887,367 Rand, thanks to your collective effort, everybody. That is amazing.
Well done.
Beautiful. This means that 1,431 bags donated and 300,802 meals out of their 1 million meals goal have been donated. So help us achieve the goal and better it by participating today.
Yep, the donation process is simple, it's fast, and you are actively feeding and assisting those in desperate need at the moment. So a huge shout out to Kanisa for today's donation. Thank you, my brother. Really do appreciate it, for him leading by example, and hopefully you can rise to the challenge and then go and challenge a chommy yourself.
Thank you.
The spirit of giving back just warms my heart, man. Rise to the occasion, you know, enter those spaces to encourage everyone to do the right thing and help someone today.
Absolutely.
You know? Fill a bag. 10 Rand can feed one person 3 meals a day. As simple as that. But something else that warms my heart is the spirit of Father's Day. Father's Day is around the corner, everybody. And what better way to spoil your dad than with some sticky plum glazed wings with chili nut sprinkles. Sounds very interesting because I've never really had wings with nut sprinkles.
It's a bit, just to add something crunchy to the wing.
Okay.
But these are, I don't know if you remember last week I asked you what would you make with the sticky plum sauce, and you said you would want some spicy chicken wings.
Of course. Oh, you see.
So these are the Kuchle Adams kicking chicken, spicy nut, drizzled, sprinkled wings. Yeah. But we're not going to kick in the kitchen today. No, we're not going to kick right now.
No, it's fine. I'll take it.
Okay. So it literally is just to add some crunch to our chicken. It's a little extra side. You can even, like, you would actually serve it on the side. So when you get your portion of wings, do your own little sprinkle.
Okay.
Because we are going to make them spicy.
Ooh, I love spicy.
Me too. So I'm gonna get some oil in the pan that's gonna start heating up. And then while I'm doing that, let's talk about the chicken wing.
Yes,
So
please.
the chicken wing is made up of 3 parts. It's the wing, which is the wing, of course it's the wing. It's the tip, and it's got the flat and the drum. Let me actually get it out so I can show you. Okay, that's the tip. Some people cut it off and throw it away.
Why? You need to chew that part. I'm sure Jamie's agreeing with me. You chew that part.
You don't throw that away. Like, it's so weird. Literally, no, you don't do that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's the tip. That's the drum. It's like it looks like a mini chicken drumstick.
Yes.
And you get the flat, which is the middle part, which has the 2 bones in it.
Okay.
I like the flats.
You like the flats. I was
Yeah.
about to ask, there's like this whole thing back and forth happening on social media. Do you prefer the drums or the flats? I'm also a flat kind of person,
Yeah,
to be very honest.
I kind of like
love
also
flats.
when you like do it like we did, and like a nice and soft and tender, and you take the flat and you twist it.
Ooh,
You know the twist, right?
Yes, of course.
And then you just
You eat
it
the
comes out, the
cartilage.
2 bones.
Do you suck on the bone marrow?
No, but Tabiso has given me like a demonstration of actually how he does that. But I mean, each their own. When you make the chicken so good that you can eat the bone, that's
Oh,
just
100%.
testify. That's
Ooh.
amazing. That's what you do. Okay, so oil's heating up nicely. To the oil, I'm gonna add some almonds and cashews, and these are from Willie's.
Okay.
Because we're talking about Father's Day. We said
Yes.
biltong, nuts, chicken wing, marinades,
Chili.
all there.
Everything.
So those are going in because we're going to toast the nuts now.
Okay.
I'm actually going to go with 2 bags. Why not?
You're putting the nuts in the oil right now.
Because I want to toast the nuts, yeah. Into the oil. We're going to keep an eye on that because we don't want it to burn. So we said that we've got oils in the nuts. So we actually just want to kind of like bring them out, flavor them, make them even nuttier than what they actually taste.
Okay.
That's doing its thing. We're going to keep an eye on that. Don't burn it. Okay, so now all we have to do for your chicken is a little bit of salt.
A little bit of salt.
That was not to lie. But like we said, when you're busy with flake salt, you can use a little more.
Oh,
because
that's
it's not like
true.
the fine salt. Then we're going to go with the sticky plum, but you can totally go with the peri-peri, which we used for our burger yesterday. And then we've got the lemon and herb and olive oil. You can decide.
I think Kat might enjoy the lemon herb one, right,
Okay.
Kat?
It's good. It's nice and mild. From time to time, I do like a bit of a kick, though.
Okay.
Little-
Okay.
You know.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Let's go. Okay. Okay.
A little bit of a kick.
A
I'm
little
so
bit of
sorry,
kick.
Kat. I'm disappointing you. I'm only getting it now.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow, Cece.
A
Wow.
little bit of a kick.
That's a Cookles TV laugh. Okay. All right. Cool. Those go into the oven.
Okay.
And they literally go for about half an hour to 45 minutes. You keep an eye on it, okay? Look how beautiful they are. The reason people
delicious.
love chicken wings so much is because the chicken wing meat is tender. Chickens don't fly. So that muscle's not being used. So it's super tender. Just like chicken breast has no, like, it's very lean.
It's very
lean, but unlike chicken breast, it actually has a lot of fat on the outside, fat on the inside. So it's tender and it's juicy and succulent. That's why people are obsessed with chicken wings.
That's true. I love chicken wings
I
because of that.
love chicken
Wow.
wings. Like really,
I
wow.
could have like chicken wings only. If I had to choose one kind of food, one type of food, it would be wings.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yes. Yes, okay, I'm with you. Okay, a little bit of salt goes in there. Black sesame seeds.
Okay.
We used to seeing the white ones. The black sesame seeds are like same sesame flavor, and it's quite like beautiful to actually see the speckles of black in there. That's gonna start popping soon. Chili, how much chili do you want?
All of it. Go for it.
My friend.
Okay,
my
wait, stop.
friend.
Yo. I might
There we
have
go.
made a mistake.
You said it, you said it. This is your recipe. Okay, cool. Give it a good toss. Oh, I can smell the nuts are toasting now. Okay, cool. Oh,
that's
and I'm seeing it. Now I'm gonna take it off the heat. I don't want it to burn. What I'm gonna add to that is, how about add a little more chili?
I get Clem.
Why not?
You want my tongue to fall off?
Okay, we'll keep it to the side. I've got some crispy onions. That's gonna add more crispiness and onion flavor. Okay.
We're really going for the crunch
The
this
crunch.
Father's Day. Kat, are you a crunch kind of person? Would you enjoy such a meal for Father's Day?
I like a crunch, eh?
He
Crunch
does.
is, yeah,
Kick and
texture
a
is
crunch.
good. A kick and a crunch.
But I know Kat doesn't like too much heat. I
That's
know.
true, that's true.
So I won't add that extra chili.
Okay, please.
But now I've got
Not too much. You're gonna chase me away.
I've got 3 types of chili.
You've got 3 types
So
of
we
chili.
added our chili flakes. I've got the chili powder and I've got the fresh chili.
Okay, you know what?
What?
We can use these ones as options at home, depending on how hot you want your wings
Yeah.
to be. Then you can add the extra, chili. But for now, we're just gonna hold
Okay, we're
back
gonna
on
back
the
up.
chili, you
We're
know
gonna
what I'm
back
saying?
up. Okay, so now I'm gonna chop the nut sprinkle up a little bit. You don't want to add them chunky. So just give it, if you have a blender, blitz it up a little bit, or just give it a rough chop. This gets, again, this is a side to our chicken wings.
Okay.
Just add the crunch. You know, like southern fried chicken wings? Crunchy, crunchy, crunchy. Ours have been baked, so it's not crunchy, so we're adding the crunch to it.
Okay, I see. Oh, so once you get through the crunch, you get to the tenderness, the juiciness.
Yeah. You gotta make
The
a face.
flavor.
You gotta make a face when you eat chicken wings,
No,
right?
you have to.
It's like you kind of close your eyes and you go to a magical place. Okay, quickly take a wing, take a wing, take a wing. Your eyes are open. You gotta close your eyes, okay. I like it. Where are you right now, quickly? Where are you? Where are you? Tell me about the place.
It's summer.
Oh.
I am in Port Elizabeth by the beach.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just sitting with my mom. Reminiscing on the good old days.
Okay, I like it. Okay, I'm going in. I'm going in. Are you ready? I might cry.
You might.
I might cry.
Let's do it. Go for it, Clem. Where are you?
I'm 4 years old.
Oh.
I'm back home.
How does that make you feel?
Love. It's warm. It's a happy place.
It's a happy place.
Guys, there's nonsense. We catch them in the kitchen.
Listen,
These wings are
guys,
good.
They are
These
freaking
good are
delicious.
And my favorite thing is these. You gotta have sticky fingers.
100%. What's the point of sticky chicken if you're not gonna have sticky fingers? If you wanna travel and take it back to time with this recipe, make sure to get your hands on it by going to our website, expressoshow.com.
Don't share your wings. Don't share the wings. Don't share it.
The crunch, the crunch.
For all the bad jokes, big hugs, and times he's made you smile, get him a little something to say thanks.
Join us for the opening night of the Taste Master.
We want to see how your personality comes through on a plate.
It's not about how this dish tastes today, it's all about how it looks.
I need to pull out all the stops.
This is more serious than I thought.
So many things could go wrong.
I have to take this chance. This is the Taste Master, and I feel like I've got to step it up a bit.
I hope the judges are nice though.
Find out on the Taste Master, Tuesday evenings at 7:30 on SABC3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
The quality of a father can be seen in the goals, dreams, and aspirations he sets, not only for himself, but for his family. And we laugh at their bad jokes, we appreciate their big hugs, and they make us smile when we least expect it. So treat your dad this Father's Day with a self-care session by getting him some grooming gifts from Woolworths. Now, self-care is not only for the ladies. Gents deserve it just as much. And Shiraz-ready content creator and stylist joins us live on a video call to give us men some skincare and grooming tips ahead of Father's Day. Shiraz, good morning. Thanks so much for making the time.
Oh, nice and early really good morning, guys. Just in time as we build up to Father's Day. How are you doing, Tabiso?
Oh, I am so good, but the pressure is on because you rightfully say Father's Day is around the corner and now you're thinking, what do I get my dad? You've had some time to think about the products that are right for it. What are some of those products that are the ultimate grooming session?
So I'm a big fan of roaming any an aisle at a Woolworths store. And whilst doing so this past few days, I came across a brand that I've seen at Woolworths before, and I thought, you know what, if I was going to try it at any time, it was going to be for Father's Day. And first up is the Long Market Barber brand. It's really, really cool. It is not only 100% vegan and endorsed by Beauty Without Cruelty, and obviously toxicology approved. There's a range of products within the brand that's on offer right at any Woolworths store. And one of those products is the shaving cream. Whether you're one that's cleanly shaven on the daily, like yourself, with a little bit of a goatee and a moustache, or like me, that's got a fuller beard. They've got a product for each and every one of us, especially for the dad out there if you want to gift him this Father's Day. And another product that is a must for me is the shaving gel. This one, however, is not the Long Market brand. It is Woolworths Food, their very own men's face brand. So if you guys want to get that, that is available at Woolies as well. So yeah, and then a product that I am really a fan of, and I believe that every dad should get, and doesn't already have it, you need to get your dad this, guys. This is the one. It is the Long Market Barber Aftershave Balm, and it is a product that if you do not have already, now is the time to gift it to dad.
Oh, this is stunning. I'm already hooked. Okay, so having a good grooming routine is great. It's one thing, but it's very important to look after your skin at the same time.
You know what? I am a firm believer in having a good regime. A routine that starts with a face wash, works your way into a moisturizer. Some people like the toner in between. I definitely like a really good exfoliating face wash. And again, our friends over at Long Market Barber does this particular brand really, really well. This one's got activated charcoal in it as well. That woody aromatic aroma that all these products give just really, it warms you up from the inside out, you know, and it's a really good product to have. I'm a big, big fan. But also, if you don't want to go with this product, Woolies has an range. And something that I'm a big fan of is the hydrating face moisturizer, which is also something that you can find in your Woolies food section. So not definitely in the beauty section, but in the Woolies food section. Again, a really good product to have, you know, just after you've done your face wash. If you want to do a bit of a toner, definitely apply a moisturizer to lock in those pores.
Okay, so we've covered the face and the beard, great. And being a guy myself, I know that a lot of men don't care for what they use on their skin or what product they wash with, but I think it's important. How important is it, though, to choose the right body and hair wash products?
Let me just tell you, I am a firm believer in an all-body self-care moment, okay? Every day, and if you can, twice a day. You know, self-care is also just the thing. And what's really, really great about Woolies is they offer you products that are 2-in-1 or 3-in-1, and I'm all about that life, okay? If I can get one product that does 2 jobs, and it's, you know, it's a lot more bang for my buck, definitely something like a hair and body wash is something I would get. Again, our friends over at the Long Market Barber brand, they do this really, really well. Really good packaging, so easy to use in the shower. And something dad who is fuss-free and doesn't want to have 50, you know, products in his shower, this is something you can also give him, okay? But also, really, really cool is this 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. It's sulfate-free, you know, for the father that may have a bit of an irritated scalp. This product is really, really cool. You know, apply generous amounts to the hair, and also give dad some tips and tell him how vegan-friendly this is, okay? And it's also super eco-friendly. So you're being very conscious with your gifts as well. And then last but not least, Woolies has outdone themselves, guys. They offer you a 5-in-1 product. And when you me 5-in-1, what is it all about, guys? It's hair, it's face, it's body, it's beard, okay? And it's all over, just a really, really cool product. And not only does it allow you to shower up, but also it's a really good moisturizing product as well, you know? And also read the back of your packaging for use on how to use it, because they always give you really great directions. And something I didn't mention earlier on, Tabi, so everyone's like going to be like, oh, so what do you do if you have a bit of a beard? You know, like me, I see you trying to come out here with your little mustache. Okay. It's a little early for November, but if you want to give dad who's got a bit of facial hair, something that I believe every man with facial hair should have is a really good beard oil. And at Woolies, not only is there one, but there is too. But if you want to keep it within a brand and maybe you're putting together a beautiful gift set for Dad this Father's Day, Woolies does allow you to do it with their main face collection, again available in the Woolies food section, and the long market barber brands you can find in your beauty section, where you would find the rest of your beauty products at a Woolworths store.
I must tell you, Shiraz, I really am so intrigued by just the packaging of all of these products. It's so nice, and it's easy to move from your home bathroom, for example. And if you are someone who's always traveling and always on the move, you're able to pack that into your luggage with so much ease. But of course, the fact that it's beauty without cruelty stands out for me so much.
Absolutely, and it's all toxicology approved and endorsed by Beauty Without Cruelty, like you mentioned. So I'm all about that. That is obviously the long market, as well as the personal care Woolworths food brand. So go ahead and get that this Father's Day.
You've inspired my Father's Day shopping list. Thank you so much for making the time. I think that I'll be getting gifts for my dad, but at the same time, just scouting for products that I need to be shopping just for myself. Yeah. Thank you. There you have it. It's not only the ladies who need a smooth and flawless skin. Our gents should also be looking after our canvases, and it all starts with a good skincare routine. And remember, you can shop these spoils for your dad at Woolworths, in-store, online, or on the Woolworths app. Happy shopping.
Ooh, Shiraz ready, coming through for that skin tips, making sure that you're glowing. But of course, our coffee is fresh. The Omar Rusk are out, and we're about to get serious game faces on, everybody. Woo! This morning, G-Man and Kat is going head-to-head in their first game of 5 seconds. Boys, are you two ready for this?
I feel like I have an unfair advantage because I've got a 5-second attention span. So this kind of plays...
What is that even? Was that a jab at me?
Sorry, what were you saying?
You're terrible.
Oh,
You're terrible.
It's going to be very interesting, but now you guys know the rules. I'm going to ask you a question, and you have to answer with 3 answers, but within 5 seconds. Winner takes the peanut butter Omar Rusk. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the stakes even higher. I'm going to give the winner the 2 boxes right over there.
Both.
Throw in the plant.
Okay. These ones here.
Yes.
Not one somewhere else. These ones here.
That one's over there. You get. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Okay. So we're going to start with you first. You know.
Okay.
I love you.
Okay.
Game faces on. Are you guys ready? Here we go. Graham.
Yes.
Name 3 animals that start with the letter G.
Goose, giraffe, gerbil.
Yo! A what? A gerbil?
A gerbil, man. It's like a little mousy thing. A gerbil. Isn't it? You know what gerbils are?
In my life, but okay, we're gonna give it to you.
Gerbil is a rodent.
I was cutting it fine.
It's a rodent.
Cat. Here we go. Name 3 types of cats.
Ginger. Japanese alkaline. What? How does he? Wait. How does he get 3G animals and I get 3 types of cats? That's very specific.
Yeah, have you not seen the musical?
Okay, but this is stupid now because I could have said lion and tiger because those are cats as well.
Yeah.
This is shocking. I've just shocked myself into like another being.
But no, you've proven you can be better.
Okay, boys, here we go. Focus.
Shocking.
Graham, you're up next. Name 3 sports that doesn't require using a ball.
Fencing, athletics, and wrestling.
Very good.
Well, wrestling can be argued.
You shouldn't, though. You shouldn't. You really shouldn't be
Cats,
using it.
here we go. Name 3 sports with only 1 player per team.
Ooh.
Tennis, golf, badminton.
What about a 4-ball and doubles?
Come on. Okay, G, here we go. Name 3 excuses to leave a party early.
I've got work in the morning. That's not a bad one. My tummy's a bit sore. I just had a fight with my better half.
No, that last one did not fall in.
That last one,
I just had a.
I'm not going to give it to you, no, sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
come on.
Sorry. Kat, here we go.
I thought that.
Maybe you can ask Tabisa this one. Name 3 excuses for being late.
The remote didn't work. My car was too cold. Flat tire.
My car got stuck on a train track.
The shade right now, the shade, everybody.
I woke up and there was a train in my car, trying to drive it to a track.
Listen, it is still a tie for now, guys. It's anybody's game at this point. G, here we go.
Okay.
Name 3 things you can find in a bedroom.
A bed, a scatter cushion, and a cat.
Why would there be a cat in
Wait.
bed? But anyway,
Aren't scatter cushions on couches and not beds?
That's not on the bed. Ah, come on, dude. What's a bed game? You gotta have.
Here we go, cats.
Scatter cushions.
Name 3 things you shouldn't find in a fridge.
You shouldn't find in the fridge. Rodents, rotten vegetables, and last week's dinner.
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you.
Do you know?
That was perfectly in
Did you
time.
see how every single person that was considering what they've got in their fridge right now, they're like, I'll see dinner.
Okay, G, here we go. Oh, G, name your 3 best qualities.
I have a 5-second attention span. I'm really good at this particular 5-second game, and I really love my morning coffee.
Time was up.
You need to consider it in 5 seconds.
It's difficult,
You know,
eh?
you only have 5 seconds, hey?
I know, but it's difficult.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You have your best qualities on standby. It's
is
difficult.
game
Here we go, cats.
Difficult.
Name your 3 best physical features.
Wow, my hair, my smile, my pectoral muscles. Which you can't see right now because they're concealed under this
You
white
gotta prove
shirt. But
it,
if I were
yeah,
to...
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, this is the last round, guys. Winner takes it all. G,
Okay.
here we go.
Okay, those rusks. Come on, think
Name
about
3 nicknames you can give your significant other.
What?
it. Liffy, Boo Boo, and Baby Girl.
Baby girl! Ow! G-Man out in the streets, baby girl, how
Leafy.
you doing?
Baby Girl.
Would you leafy? Do you leafy?
Yeah. And the best because she doesn't understand Afrikaans, so it works even better.
Oh. So what did you think you're saying? What?
What? Okay, Kat, last one, here we go.
So I'm in the
Name
lead,
3
is what you're
ways to impress your Oma.
Oh, you can knit her a blanket. You can hug her, make her some soup. It's cold.
And bring home a nice girl. Oma would love that.
That would make Oma quite happy.
Yeah.
You know what? And you know what would also make Oma quite happy?
What?
Is the fact that G just won.
I
G
thought
won
we were tied.
that. That is
Wait,
amazing.
hold on. We were tied all the way and then somehow he won.
Can I add one of my best attributes is that I'm a winner as well.
I'm a winner.
Yeah, one of your attributes.
Attributes. Astrological.
Boys, congratulations. Congratulations.
I'll
from
just
now.
leave it at that. We know who the real winner is here.
Wow, drops
When you
right.
can't even say attributes, yeah,
Pop your
attributes.
pecs. Pop
Guys,
your
are
pecs.
too much, guys. The best part about Oma Rusk is that they are the perfect snack for any time of the day. And that's why this week we are asking you to send us a picture of you doing a midnight dip. That the 3 people that send us the best photos will each walk away with, wait for it, a Smig kettle and Oma Rusk hamper
nice.
with 2,500 Rand. Now, to stand a chance of winning, post your photos on the competition post on the Expresso Facebook and Twitter pages with the hashtag anytime is dipping time, and do so by Thursday at 11 a.m. Remember that terms and conditions do apply and can be found on expressoshow.com.
Hashtag attributes. Thank you.
Go G.
Thank you.
Go G.
All I do is win.
Our favorite Oma Rusks just got a whole lot more yum yum with the all-new peanut butter flavor. Anytime is dipping time.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Thank you for staying with your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, here on SABC3. Now, COVID-19 has had a devastating effect on many South African businesses. We've seen it all over the place. But a group of teenage boys led by an enterprising young man by the name of Colin Mkosi, they've really used this disruption as a way to grow their bicycle delivery service in the township of Langa out in Cape Town.
Business began booming for the youngsters when the lockdown began and community elders needed help to get essential goods from the store. Introducing Colin's Cloudy Deliveries. And he joins us this morning to tell us more about this new business. A very good morning to you, Colin. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
We're very well, thank you. It's such a pleasure to have you here with us on the show, but we want to take it back a little bit. When did you start to think that, hey, okay, a bicycle delivery business in your township could become so viable?
So we had, the idea to start cloud deliveries, since 2019, and eventually in 2020, just before the lockdown, we started off. And one of the reasons, that led us to start, a delivery service, that you'll find that you are very busy and you would like to get something, from a particular shop, and you can't go because you're too busy. So I really thought that, it'd be cool to be able to call someone and do all that for you. And at the same time, also help, elderly people who would like to get something from the shops, but, the shops are too far and so forth. So that's one of the reasons, that led me to have an idea like this.
I think that this intervention in the form of your business has been so great for your community. But what's the response been like from the community, Colin?
So since we started, the response has been great. The community has been pushing us on to continue and to not stop. We've got, complaints from them saying that, the price that we're charging, which is 9 Rand, is too small for a service like that. And as a result, they pay us 15 Rand, they give us tips for 20 Rand. So, the support and response, that we've got from them has been, awesome. It's very encouraging.
Colin, what also makes your delivery service special is that you're employing community members, people the community already know and trust. But the community has also played, a major part in donating bicycles and sanitary equipment. Tell us more about that.
So when we started in 2019, we saved some of our own money to buy, second-hand bicycles. And then when we started, just maybe 2 weeks after we started, all the second-hand bicycles got damaged. And so we met, a good guy called Tony from an organization, called the Kaelanga. He gave us 7 bicycles, which allowed us to fix also some of our bicycles, And then, at the start of the lockdown, people donated us, with a mask, and sanitizers. They've been helping us, with the uniforms as well, giving us discounts on our branding and so forth. So the community has played a huge role in the growth of the business.
Well, you've got to love it, because this is a business that's born out of a community, but you're also seeing the same community that it services going and plowing back into the business, and it speaks to the ecosystem that can be so vital in developing businesses in that space. But these young people, Colin, that you employ, they're quite young, they're between the ages of 14 to 19, and you yourself, you're 22 years old. Do you share a collective background? Do you all come from the same background? How did you get them on board?
So, they all live in the community, called Langa. I met them on the streets, I had this idea and I told them about it. And, from the first time I told them about it, they came on board, they really thought the idea is great. And, they've been committed since then, they've been dedicated to growing. And they really love, doing this and helping, elderly people in the community, as well as, other people who really use the service, Yeah.
We love hearing about, these community-based projects, but I'm pretty sure that you also have a long-standing plan for your business. Where do you foresee your business going in the future, Colin?
For us, we first want to be effective here in Langa and master what we're doing here in our community, and then go out to other townships as well, and other places, and see, whether, people respond the same way as, they responded in our community. I'm sure they will. So, yeah, that's the plan, to go to other townships as well and other communities.
Oh, Colin, what an inspiring story. I think that your story is definitely one that highlights that young people in South Africa want to do something. They want to make a change. They want to uplift themselves. And you are a total inspiration to so many others who don't know where to start. To say, start where you are, start with what you have, and you are fantastic. Keep going at it. Thank you so much for chatting to us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Colin Gorsi, a 22-year-old who has found a way to provide what is becoming an essential service for the elderly in his community, whilst also improving the lives of the young by creating employment. As you've mentioned, truly inspiring.
Salute.
Ah, truly inspiring indeed. Thank you so much, guys. Beautiful inspiration on Youth Day. But now let's get back in the kitchen for a moment. But before we start cooking, would you like to help those in need, in desperate need during this very difficult time? Well, now you can. We've made it so easy. Woolies have partnered with Gift to the Givers to distribute food care packs to families in need. Each bag is filled with a balance of protein, fresh fruit, vegetables, other staples, as well as hygiene products. And donating as little as 10 Rand could provide one person with 3 square meals for an entire day. So if you'd like to get involved, just scan the QR code on the screen with SnapScan. You should have the app by now, or you can use your banking app, or you can donate whatever you can towards filling a bag, even via EFT. Remember to encourage your family, your friends, your neighbors, your colleagues, any kind of social networking group that you have to do the same. Go and challenge a chommy. We're saying every little bit will make a massive difference. You've been a proud kind of promoter of that as well, so thank you so much for your efforts, my friend. Right now, though, we are doing something. I'm finding it quite difficult to talk because my mouth is watering so much.
Mine too, on the small.
What is going on here, dude?
Goodness.
First the wings, and now
the ribs. I mean, yesterday we did burgers, we did a steak, we did wings, we're doing ribs. Yes, we love
Is there a
our
better
meat.
time to be a dad?
Oh,
No fancy
yes.
introductions are needed for our next recipe because this dish has a reputation all of its own. We are preparing the legendary Woolies sweet and sticky St. Louis style pork belly ribs, and we are serving them up with some charred potato salad, interesting, and good old smoky beans. I'm getting whiffs of the smoky beans.
And the St.
as I
Louis,
sit here.
St. Louis
Wow.
style cut means like that cut has more meat on it. So you're
Thank you.
getting more flavor. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's all it is. Thank you. These are delicious and they are legendary. They are like iconic. But they're like, I would say, one of the top 5 Woolies products that you can get. These are amazing.
That's saying a lot because you know the range.
Yeah, and you can't go wrong with them. So much so that literally you take it out the box, you put it on a tray, you put it in the oven, you throw the marinade over, it comes out like this. That's it. Done.
Get out.
So what
Get
I'm
out
gonna
of
do?
here. Okay, but that looks phenomenal. Let's start with our accompaniment, our charred potato salad.
Yeah, we're gonna do 2 salads.
Okay.
Charred potato salad and a smoky bean salad.
Nice.
Because the thing about barbecue or braai, it's all about the sides.
For sure.
Yeah, so let's amp this one. Okay, so I've got some potatoes and I've just blanched them. They cook through. What I'm gonna do to that is add a little bit of oil. The reason I'm charring them because I want to continue that barbecue smoky braai flavor through the sides.
For sure.
So we'll give it a good toss. Just easy. You can use your tongs, but my hands are clean right now, so I'm just gonna go straight. Cut side down on a griddle pan. You can do these on the braai. I like doing it on the braai because then you really get that smoky braai flavor.
Yeah.
And it happens so quickly. And remember, we're not trying to cook the potatoes because they're cooked already. You just want to get that extra charry flavor on there.
Yeah.
So then what I would normally do is at the same time adding my potatoes to the braai, I get these little snacking peppers.
Ooh.
You can use jalapenos. These aren't hot at all. They're cat friendly.
Yeah.
These aren't hot, they're just sweet. You can use jalapenos on there. You can use habaneros.
When we say cat friendly, you know what we mean, eh?
He likes a little bit of kick.
Cat. We mean our cat, okay?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't be giving your cat chilies at home.
Jalapenos, okay,
no.
please.
It doesn't work. We didn't try that. Okay, cool. So those are gonna char up nicely. Then we get a big mixing bowl. Let's start working on our dressing. Bit of twang from white wine vinegar.
Cool.
You can use normal white vinegar, red vinegar, malt vinegar, whatever vinegar you got. Just don't use balsamic vinegar.
Okay.
That's a bit too strong.
Yeah,
You don't. Yeah.
Got a sweetness
so
to
then
it as well, yeah.
jalapenos.
Jalapeno.
These are not that hot. Like it's just
they're
warm.
sweet and spicy.
Yes,
yeah,
sweet and
they've
spicy.
got that counterbalance.
Sweet and spicy. So we added a bit of that tanginess to it. We want to balance it with a bit of sweetness.
Cool.
I've got some sweet chili sauce going in.
Okay.
And you could use honey if you
This
want
is quite
to.
a spectacular side.
Oh,
eh?
yeah, it's so good. It's so good. And then a bit of like spring onions going in. A little bit of salt. You got to add salt to everything.
You're never going to be able to go back to a traditional potato salad after this.
I just kind of want to.
You've done it. You ruined it.
Yeah, I mean, everybody loves good creamy potato salad, but sometimes you can come up with something a little different that like really gets your taste buds going.
Did this one come to you in a dream as well?
It did.
Did it?
It did, absolutely, yes.
Chef Clem's recipes often come to him
No, but this is
via
true.
divine inspiration in a dream. So
I dream about food, absolutely. Okay, then Dijon mustard going in, extra tangy, extra tangy. Let's check on these potatoes.
You know, other people are going to be dreaming about it now as well. Tonight.
Yeah, exactly. But you need to try this. It's absolutely amazing.
And you can find the full recipe on expressoshow.com if you want to dream about these potatoes.
Yes. Okay. In with the other
those
potatoes.
Guys
Pretend that those were charred.
Okay.
Just pretend. But look how quickly that these potatoes char up so quickly. I was going to show
Chef
you.
Clem, you've got a beautiful char on those potatoes, man. Well done.
Oh, thank you, thank you. But you can see that happens so quickly and it dramatically changes the way of your potatoes. Your potatoes are not going to be the same after you char it. But like I said, best on the braai.
Well, I think especially with that lovely smoky, sweet kind of, you know, the combination, the balance of flavors with the smokiness of the potatoes, I think that'll work like a absolute hero.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so, the potatoes done. That quick, that easy.
Okay.
Done. Now we're gonna go on to side number 2. I got a little. I was like, okay, this is a graham portion.
Thank you.
Even though I know you're on the protein right now, it's fine. I'll put it aside for later.
I'll take it home.
Beans. I love beans. We'll grab another bowl. Nicole just gave me all the bowls today because she knows I go crazy. I'm going three bean mix.
Okay.
You could use normal baked beans. You can use any bean really that's in the can. Cannellini, kidney, go crazy. Butterbean. Go crazy.
No, but the mixed beans lacquer. It's nice.
A little bit of
Visually,
everything.
It's really cool as well.
Then these little peppers that I charred earlier that are cat friendly, on the braai, in the oven, under the grill. It's super easy.
So it's the same as like a normal pepper where you kind of blacken the skin and then the inside goes nice and soft and sweet, eh?
So delicious. You can like rub some of the char off. I don't mind it. It's gonna be perfectly fine for this side. Just chop that up. These are called snacking peppers because they legit are amazing just to snack on. They are so good. Raw, perfectly, so good. Okay, in we went with our peppers. To that, we are going to add a little bit of, do you have this at home?
Which one is it?
This is the smoke, maybe I should show you, the smoky barbecue.
Completely, dude.
Every house in South Africa needs this. This has got instant braai flavor.
Completely, man.
It's amazing. This goes in. We're just enhancing that braai flavor in everything that we're doing. Then a bit of twang.
Now you can start scooping the beans with your ribiki. You can
use your rib as a little ladle.
Yeah.
Then we got the sun-dried tomatoes. This is gonna add like brilliant like umami flavor, richness.
Okay.
And this is so concentrated. This is amazing.
Wow.
That goes in. Give it a good mix.
I mean, if you don't make this for your dad, if you don't make this for your father, you're a bad child. Bad child, I'm gonna say.
Wow! I'm not making that statement. Okay.
Your father deserves this,
He
man.
deserves these.
He deserves this.
These are the best baked beans you've never had. Once you try these, you will honestly not have them any other way.
So you've ruined potatoes, normal potatoes, and you've ruined normal beans for us today.
It's my mission. You just have to. Okay.
How long do those ribikis go in for, man?
These go in for, these were like half an hour, and you do want a little bit of that charriness on the outside. That's good. And then the thing about ribs, all you do is you just go down.
Oh, look at how
separate
tender and beautiful and amazing.
Can you see that little pinkness inside? That's from the smokiness that you actually get from it. It's like you get from proper barbecue. It's called the smoke ring, and you want that. And as I'm slicing it, I can just smell the smokiness come off these ribs.
Oh, man.
It's a pity that no one else in the studio eats meat.
Yeah.
It's just you and me.
It's just the two of us on a protein diet, baby. Protein all the way. Absolutely spectacular. You can find this recipe, and I suggest you do find this recipe and whip it up for your dad on expressoshow.com. What a Father's Day surprise, buddy. You've outdone yourselves.
Oh, man.
An amazing set of ribs and beautiful accompaniments. Just spectacular.
Yeah.
Eh? Woohoo! Look at it. Look at it.
Thank you, thank you. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're still keeping it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show on SABC3. Today is, of course, Youth Day, but we're also remembering the brave students of 1976 who lost their lives in protest against apartheid, and more specifically, Bantu education. Now, Bantu education meant that Afrikaans had to be used as the language of instruction to learners of color who did not understand the language. What was planned as a very peaceful march turned into a massacre of school children. Now, activist and director at Youth Lab, Pearl Pillay, joins us to unpack what this means today. Welcome to the show, Pearl.
Hi guys, thank you for having me.
It's such a pleasure to have you, Pearl, because this is such a complex conversation to have, particularly in such a short space of time. But I want to highlight, why is it so important to recognize the role of the youth in the liberation of South Africa from the apartheid regime?
I think, there's generally a sort of dismissive tone when people talk about young people, and particularly young people protesting for freedom, right? But by and large, when we look at liberation movements, whether it's the struggle against apartheid, whether it's things like Fees Must Fall, whether it's community protests, young people are always at the forefront of change. People like saying, young people are apathetic and they only care about their cell phones and their friends and all of that. But I think the apartheid movement, or the liberation struggle especially, gives us very key insight into the fact that young people are very organized, very unapathetic, and very involved in what's going on in society, and that we need to be given credit, for the work that we've done.
And we need to be included in decision-making as well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we spoke about this earlier as well. We've made such a great progress as a country, but of course now the COVID-19 pandemic has once again exposed, the gulf between the haves and unfortunately the have-nots. How do we go beyond history and acknowledge these current realities?
Yeah, look, I think COVID has just brought out just the staggering inequalities that we already knew we faced, right? But being able to watch it when you need like rapid healthcare responses, rapid education responses, and employment solutions, young people have just been left out of the conversation completely, right? When we talk about things like education, the main comment and the main conversation is, how do we save the academic year? Not about what are young people actually experiencing in the most unequal country in the world during a pandemic. If you're a young woman, you're facing femicide as well. How do you deal as a young person? How do we make decisions without actually bringing young people into the conversation, without actually planning for the people that are meant to inherit this country? And I think we've missed a very, very big opportunity to really create a new kind of system, right? We're talking about the new normal consistently. But what does that mean for young people in this country? And for me, I don't think that because of the way we've been excluded in our COVID-19 responses, I think that the future that we're looking at in the new normal is going to be even more exclusionary to young people than the current one is.
That just literally I'm taken aback by that comment, that it continues to be exclusionary. When we talk about the new normal, we talk about dismantling current systems that are working against young people, working against trans people, working against black people, or non-white people in any system around the world. But I just want to go back to, the point of COVID-19, because many learners have recently come forward to discuss the realities still faced in classrooms and schools today. And we know that post-94, we are termed as the Born Frees or the Rainbow Nation, but those are problematic terms that can be very dismissive to the realities that we are faced. Can you please unpack why they are so dismissive?
I think the easiest thing to say is, what part of being young in South Africa talks about freedom? Like, what part of not being able to find a job, not being able to afford education, being a young woman walking out in the street, getting killed at home, getting killed when you go to the post office, right? Nothing about the way we live as young people, as young women particularly, tells us that we're free. So to call people born frees dismisses any kind of issue they may have with the current government, right? So someone says fees must fall, and the thing is, well, you born frees, you don't know what it's like to be there in 1976 protesting against Afrikaans, right? And that's not the point. The idea is, if we understand that apartheid is generational, we understand that someone born in 2005 can still feel the effects of something started in the 40s, right? And if that's what we understand, you can't call people born frees. I mean, if we just talk about education, right? Young people are born free, but go to schools that don't have toilets or don't have adequate teachers, or learning curriculums about like the Berlin Wall, but not about structural inequality. There's nothing about the way young people navigate South Africa that screams out freedom. And so there's nothing about us that was born free.
Absolutely. You know, Pearl, is there a place where we can continue this conversation? Because also I just want people to get the idea out of we are born free. It's been 26 years of democracy, to get it out of their systems, because how can we undo a system of hundreds of years that was built to work against anyone of our color? Where can we continue this conversation? Where can we get in touch with you? Where can we, you know, help or also include our voices as well?
Great. So I run a very, very lovely organization that does youth work, and we're called Youth Lab. So you can find us on Twitter at Youth Lab ZA. And if people want to get a hold of me directly, you can find me on Twitter at Pearl Pillay.
And maybe in closing, Paul, you can give, you know, a voice of reason and maybe just some advice for the youth.
I think by way of advice, I think we are seeing our generation and the generations that are coming are by far the most vocal generation and has the tools like social media, like the internet, to be able to voice out concerns and frustrations in ways that no other generation has had. And for me, it's about using that to our advantage. How do we collectively organize and fight systems that don't serve us, right? But I think the last thing is to always remember that as young people, we have power. And that power is validating, but also collapsing things that don't serve us. And to stop opting into things that are built to exclude you and find ways of creating our own things, because we're absolutely capable of doing it.
100%. Pearl Pillay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We hope that you have a fantastic morning further, and happy Youth Day to you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Now, in remembering the youth of 1976, it is important to celebrate how far we have come as a country, but also to recognize that the gulf between the have and have-not still exists. Let's continue to empower the youth and create the change we want to see. And maybe we can check on that with how we can finance the youth with Nedbank.
You're still with us, your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, on the start of a brand new day. It's time for us to talk money. Now, more than anyone else, the youth will know that it's tough trying to live your best life and pay your bills. And as the world around us continues to change, it's imperative that our attitude and approach towards money changes too. And so here to share some exciting financial advice, specifically for our young people out there, is Bridget Nkandu, the executive for youth banking at Nedbank. Bridget, great to have you with us. A very good morning to you.
Good morning, Katlego and Taviso, and good morning to your viewers. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. Bridget, the lockdown has affected all South Africans financially. We've seen it all over the place. But what has changed in terms of the youth and their finances at a time like this?
Well, so the joy of the youth often dictates that you live your best life now and let tomorrow take care of itself. But developing good money habits really becomes harder as you grow, especially during a time like this. Yeah, so what it is I really feel for the youth of South Africa. They are really going through a challenging time. But what I also do know is that they are very resilient and they will persevere and come out stronger on the other side. So Nedbank has amazing and exciting activities planned during the month of June and beyond, just to celebrate the youth changing their world with limited means and just also unlocking the way for others.
Now, thinking about the spirit of YOLO, you only live once, taking care of tomorrow at another time. Do you think that, given where we are right now, have the youth kind of changed their attitudes towards money? Have they started thinking differently about it, looking about taking care of a rainy day or providing for a rainy day in your findings?
So most definitely, when money is hard to come by, you really think of ways of how to make every rand stretch. So that's why I like those times do remind me of a time when our parents used to save and do small things around the house that made everything from meals to dish soap just stretch further, right? So we just encourage the youth to start working towards their goals, even if they think it's too little. So Nedbank's youth proposition for all under 26-year-olds, that's 16 to 26 years old, is called Unlocked.me proposition. This proposition is underpinned by three core pillars, being potential, money, and lifestyle. The pillars are developed to assist with job opportunities, career guidance, discounts to exclusive deals, and also offers a 0 monthly fee account that can be opened in under 5 minutes on the Money app.
I love that Nedbank has a property like Unlocked.me because it speaks to the fact that young people do have very unique banking needs. But do you have any tips that you can share that can help the youth better manage their finances?
Sure. So no one is immune to being ignorant about how money works. Even accountants have been known to make mistakes. So teach yourselves concepts such as compounding interest, tax matters, and various investment products. So with the right information and a solid savings plan, you can help set yourself up for less stress as you proceed in life. So eventually you can get your money to really work for you so that you worry less about struggling furiously to service every bill that pops up.
And Bridget, as we commemorate Youth Month in June 2020, what is your parting message that you'd like to leave for young people?
Awesome. So Nedbank's commitment to being a partner on your journey to reaching your goals in life has been distilled in the Unlocked proposition. So from creating your CVs, securing jobs, to setting up the right type of bank account, managing your credit profile, writing business plans, and just making sure you access the life that you want. So tap into it so that you can start your career on the right note. Thank you.
Bridget. Thank you very, very much. I think also understanding the current struggle of modern day youth, or one of their current struggles, this is really hitting the nail on the head.
Absolutely, and sounds like it was so necessary. Thank you so much for joining us, Bridget.
No, pleasure is all mine. Thanks, Katlef and Tabitho.
It sounds like the place to be, and if you're interested in opening the Unlocked.me account, you can visit Unlocked.me for everything that you need.
It's 2020 and rough. As a country, we went from Sheshu Gaza to stay at home with no plan. Things are tight, jobs are fewer. And everywhere in Mzansi, people are waiting for answers. Except for the young contrarians, the ones who truly understand the meaning of walala wasala, who, instead of waiting and looking, carve their own paths towards success. Those who embrace the unexpected, who pick up a brick, not to do what you think, but rather to lay it down and build a legacy that empowers nations. The ones who break stereotypes and cross divides. They shift culture because they are a different type of abotata zonke, who loot information from books, who boldly march into lecture rooms, boardrooms, and halls, because they understand that there's power in wielding the spear of knowledge. Now's the time you unlock your potential. Unlocked.me.
My name is Tamsin Emery and I'm going to show you how to make Cinnabons. To make the wet dough, you're going to need 2 cups of milk, 80 grams of butter, half a cup of white sugar and 2 1/4 teaspoons of instant yeast. We're going to let this sit in a warm area for 10 minutes. If you want, it does make it easier to roll and it's quite satisfying if you want to get your anger out. So we're going to roll from one 45cm side all the way to the other. You can just cover them up with a cloth. Now we're back after half an hour. Now all we
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Sometimes it's not about what you can't do, but about what you can do that makes the difference. That certainly rings true for 13-year-old Tam Emery, who during lockdown started a Cinnabon baking initiative, not only to kill time with an activity that she loves, but to raise funds for Soup Kitchen that helps children in Langa. Now she's raised over 22,000 Rand for the Soup Kitchen to date, and she joins us with her friend and fellow baker, Dia Jaga, along with Siviwe Mbindi from Langa to talk about this. Good morning, guys, and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
You all look very busy, Tam and Dia. Lovely to have you. Tam, I'll start with you. How did the idea arrive to use your passion to help others?
It all started when my mom was initially making soup for Happy Feet, and I was helping her deliver that soup. And I also wanted to help, but I never knew how to make soup. So I decided to do something that I really enjoyed, which is baking. And I asked my mom if maybe I could sell Cinnabons.
That is so beautiful to be able to use your passion for this, but you've been able to raise 22,000 Rand. How important was, the support that you received from your community in able to do this for Happy Feet?
It was amazing what the community helped me with. They were buying Cinnabons from me. They were sharing my Facebook posts with a lot of their friends. They were donating foil containers and donating ingredients.
Dia, I see you're also very busy in the kitchen there. How did you get into helping, and what does it mean for you to be able to assist Tam with this initiative?
Well, I started helping Tam on the 13th of May, and I won't forget the date because that's actually my dad's birthday. And when I first found out that I had a chance to help other people, I was very excited because that's something that I'm passionate about. And also, I want to be a patient when I'm older, so that's also something that I love to do.
Girls, you are just pulling on the heartstrings. But Siviwe, maybe for you, there's actually a middleman between you and Tam. Her name is Helen During, who actually makes a soup and hands it over to you for your Happy Feet Youth Project. Now, the youngsters in your community are regularly faced with tough circumstances, but more so now during the pandemic. But how far will the funds raised by Tam go in helping them through the Soup Kitchen?
It was really helpful for us, because we had limited resources. We only were feeding twice a day, but because of their help, with raising funds and making the soup, and the two young ladies here working very hard, we managed to feed 6 days a week. And we're talking about children from as young as 4 years up to adults, parents. So we're talking numbers of over 500 people that actually gets the soup with bread. So it really helped us to even have more people who are benefiting, and also who doesn't have to think about what they're gonna eat. Because these are tough times for many families who lost their jobs. So the soup comes really, really handy. So we really appreciate the amount of work they've put together for us to be able to do this 6 times a week.
Tam, listening to that, what does that make you feel like? I mean, being able to help this community and also help Siviwe with this project and initiative.
I really enjoy helping people, and especially when I'm able to do that when I'm doing something that I really enjoy.
I love that. You're also back at school now. How's it been readjusting, and how has that impacted your baking productivity, if in any way?
Instead of baking for people every day, I've just baked and freeze every day, and then everyone comes and collects their Cinnabons on day. And one of my helpers is in grade 6, and the grade 6s aren't back at school, so she continues to bake.
Oh, that is so sweet. Now, do you see yourself continuing this initiative even as the restrictions are lessened, or what does the future hold for you?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm just taking this day by day. But I do have some orders from close friends and family members for novelty cakes, and I just enjoy baking for people, so I actually don't know.
Tam Emery, Dia Jaga, Siviwe Mbindi, thank you so much for joining us on your Feel Good Breakfast show. It just shows that a little does go a long way.
We interviewed 13-year-old Tam Emery, who started baking and selling Cinnabons for charity during the lockdown. She's raised over 22,000 rands, and the orders keep on coming in. She's won her community's hearts and taste buds. So what exactly is her winning recipe, you may ask? Well, take a look.
My name going to show you how to make Cinnabons. To make the wet dough, you're going to need 2 cups of milk, 80 grams of butter, half a cup of white sugar, and 2 1/4 teaspoons of instant yeast. We're going to let this sit in a warm area for 10 minutes. If you want, it does make it easier to roll, and it's quite satisfying if you want to get your anger out. So we're going to roll from one 45cm side all the way to the other. You can just cover them up with a cloth. Now we're back after half an hour. Now all we have to do is put them in on 180 for 20 minutes. We want to add the lovely creamy sauce.
Ooh. Okay, wait. Nicole, should I wear protective gear after what Tam did?
Sure, she's getting all her lockdown frustrations out on the Cinnabons.
Now, our kitchen fairy Nicole Snelling is here to put her own spin to the delicious recipe. What ingredients do we have here?
So just like she had, we had flour and yeast. She used also the dry yeast. What I've done is my milk is lukewarm, so I've activated the yeast. As you can see, it started bubbling over there.
Ooh, I see.
Yeah, so you want that just to make it dissolve nicely into your mixture. Sorry, stumbling here. So then you've got an egg. So a Cinnabon is a very enriched dough type of thing. It's a very heavy, dense dessert, I would say, rather than like a roll. So we've got some salt going in here. I actually want to add a lot of salt because there's 3 cups of flour in my recipe.
Okay, I was about to ask, why are we putting a lot of salt? Because salt is not necessarily like the main feature of baking ingredients.
No, it's not, but it is going to bring out that beautiful cinnamon flavor. You know, you don't want your buns to be bland, and it tends to be bland if you don't add enough salt. So I added 3 pinches for every cup, so 3 cups, 3 pinches.
Okay,
yeah.
I see.
So you're just going to mix it all up till it forms a beautiful dough. If it's a little bit too runny, you can always add more flour. But like I said, whenever you're making a bread recipe, you don't want to add too little liquid, and then you land up with a very hard, stiff dough.
I was about to ask, what kind of consistency are we looking for here?
So this is, as you need this, I'm going to skip over to the ready one. Then I'll show you the consistency. So it's almost like a baby's bottom.
Like yesterday we made amagwinya. Is
Yes.
literally remotely related to that?
It's similar. It's almost like a bread texture, but this is because of the egg and the butter, and you've got a little bit of milk in here. It's a very rich dough, so it is going to be more dense than your usual bun. So this is the main part. So like she rolled hers out into a rectangle. Said, I'm not going to bang mine here.
Banged her dough. I
That was
love
so
it so
cute.
much. She's so adorable, and I wish you could send us more recipes, actually.
Yeah, why not? I want to see another one. What else is she getting her baking skills up to?
Exactly.
So you're going to roll this into a rectangle. This is half a recipe, guys. So
So it's not the 3 cups of flour that we had initially?
No, this is
All right.
1.5 cups that I did, just for demonstration. You know, we don't want to line up with too many Cinnabons, but we could also sell them, eh? Like she's making money.
What do you know? Nicole Snelling opening a spaza shop right here in studio for all of our camera guys, our floor managers, all the presenters. Sithengisa iCinnabons, 50 cents each. No, I'm joking.
No, well, the money will definitely have to go to the people that need it the most.
100%. We're all about doing good here on the show.
Definitely.
What are you smearing now?
So I've got some very soft butter. You want this to be very soft because you want it to spread. Look how beautifully that spreads.
Ooh, gorgeous.
So she had her cinnamon and sugar mixed in. You can do that as well. I also have in my recipe that you can, but I like to sprinkle it a little bit. So you just sprinkle your caster sugar over. I just find it melts better in the oven. Otherwise you get very hard caramelly bits. It is nice, but it's not ideal for Cinnabon. You want everything to blend beautifully. You've got some cinnamon. And then you
melt it a little bit.
Yes. Then you roll it up.
Okay.
And like she did, she cut it into your, I would say about 1.5 centimeter sections. And it goes into a grease tin and you bake it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes till golden brown, and then put a cream cheese frosting on. I can show you guys in the Facebook Live how to make that.
Oh yes, do keep it locked, even after the show.
Yeah, after the show. So we'll get to that, and then to be continued.
To be continued. If you would like to get your hands on this awesome recipe, make sure to visit our website, expressoshow.com. Also, a little later on, we have something special. Our very own Katlego Mabue, Cat Daddy, is preparing right now for an amazing performance coming a little later on. Are you ready, Kat?
Are you ready?
He's all ready. He's all ready. We can't wait.
Absolutely.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you incredibly beautiful human beings, as we continue to commemorate and celebrate Youth Day here in South Africa. I think as the youth did in 1976 to stand up against the most dire of consequences because of what they believed in, young people today have to continue to do that. And that message certainly resonates within the song that Kat has chosen to celebrate Youth Day today. Let it be.
Find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing there in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in this world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Oh, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Oh, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, yes, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine on until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music, and Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be, and let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, yes, let it be. Oh, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
Come on, come on. Yes. Thank you very much. Cat Factor, Cat Daddy. Let it be a celebration, a commemoration of Youth Day here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thank you so, so much. What a beautiful, beautiful performance, lifting our spirits on this beautiful day. Of course, we did ask you on social media earlier on what advice you would give to the youth of today who are going through so much, living through a pandemic and living through really a switch up of the world as they know it. And your comments have come through fast and furiously. Let's take a look at them.
Absolutely. One of them coming from Sibo Magagula. Your youthful stage is something of a cross between the foundation and peak of your life. Yibambeni ingazozibini, and enjoy it. Happy Youth Day.
Absolutely love it. Then we got another one that came through. This one from Marina Odanote. Marina Odanote, happy Youth Day and a beautiful good morning to all. Be the future God has set in your path. Do not let anyone stand in your way or bully you out of it. You are a creation that needs to compromise your story, needs not to compromise your story. Happy Youth Day, everyone. Celebrate South Africa.
Expresso Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.